Oh no, the lighting. Oh well. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you've probably been able to tell by the title, today's video is about how to stop procrastinating. We're going to excuse how I'm looking at the moment. I wasn't planning on filming today, but then I was like, no Tia, you need to get on that grind. So now I'm on that grind, but my hair really needs to be washed and I haven't got any makeup on, so we're just ignoring how I look, but that's okay because you're here to listen to the tips, not look at my face. So without further ado, let's get into my 6 tips on how to stop procrastinating. Okay, tip number 1 is a super and the wind picks up. Tip number 1 is a really important tip, and I've actually never heard it anywhere before, so I came up with it completely on my own. It is, don't start your work straight after being on your phone or straight after watching YouTube, because if you're on your phone and then you go straight into work, once the work gets a little bit hard, you're much more likely to just be like, oh, I give up, and go back to what you were doing before, which is on your phone or on YouTube procrastinating. That's why it's really good to start your work first thing in the morning, because you've just been sleeping and you're awake and your brain hasn't been focusing on anything else, and so once you start the work and it gets a bit hard, you want to keep going because you don't kind of have anything to go back to and you haven't been procrastinating on anything yet. So obviously not all of your work can start first thing in the morning, so my tip is, if you're having a break and you're on your phone or watching YouTube, that's fine, but after that then just go for a 5 or a 10-minute walk just to clear your brain and kind of forget being on your phone, and then so when you come back to start working, you've got a much more fresh, open mind and you're less likely to procrastinate by going back onto your phone or back onto whatever you're doing before. Tip number 2 is to make a to-do list, but set it with simple, achievable goals. Part of the reason we procrastinate is because the task that we're supposed to be doing seems too big and daunting. So if you have a really big task to do, like writing an essay, make lots of different subtasks. So have like a to-do list box for plan the essay, then a to-do list box for write introduction, and by breaking it down into simple, more achievable steps, you're more likely to actually get one of the steps done rather than just seeing essay and panicking about the largeness of the task and then procrastinating to not do it. If you just have to plan your essay, then you're much more likely to do it and not procrastinate from doing it, because it's like much more easy. It's like easier. Why is the road behind me suddenly turned into like the freeway? Okay, tip number 3 is to set a strict time schedule, because setting yourself time limits is going to make you more determined to get the work done, because it's like you've got a deadline and you want to get it done in that amount of time, so you're much more likely to actually work and try and get it done rather than procrastinate, because like you can often like just waste away your day procrastinating if you haven't got any like time limits or schedules or ideas of like when you're doing what. It's much more easy to like just procrastinate, whereas if you're actually setting your time and you're saying, right, during this time frame I am writing my English essay, then you're much less likely to procrastinate because you've set yourself a time frame. And this is especially important at the moment during quarantine or self-isolation, because you don't have the structure and the routine that you would normally have at school. Like at school you have all the timetables, you're doing English from this time to this time, then economics, you've got it all set out for you, so you've got to set that out for yourself when you're studying at home. Tip number 4 is an obvious one, but it has to be said quickly. Distractions need to be away. Put your phone out of your room, download self-control on your computer and block all of the apps that you procrastinate on, and make sure you have a relatively clear desk space so that there's nothing on your desk that you're procrastinating with. Tip number 5 is, as you're working, have a little sticky note next to you, and every time a task pops into your head that you want to do, instead of stopping your work and doing the task and therefore you are procrastinating, just write that thing down on the sticky note. For example, if you're working and suddenly you remember you need to send someone an email, instead of stopping your work and going to send them the email, just write on your sticky note, send email to Jonathan. And then once you've finished all your work for the day, or when you're having a break, you can then go and check off those little tasks that you would otherwise have been procrastinating on during the time you're supposed to be working. So yeah, just have a sticky note and write things down that pop into your mind that you need to do, and then do them like later at the end of the day. Oh no, now someone's just building a whole apartment building over there. Honestly, like what, why is that necessary right now? Tip number 6 is to use the 2-minute rule, or I like to actually call it the 5-minute rule. And basically what this is, if you're really struggling with procrastination and you're meant to be writing an essay but you're just procrastinating from doing it, tell yourself you only have to start working on the essay for 2 minutes. I think 2 minutes is a bit short, so I always do it for 5 minutes. I say, alright T, you just need to start this task and you have to work on it for 5 minutes. You only have to do it for 5 minutes. If you want to, at the end of the 5 minutes, you can stop. And by telling yourself you only have to do it for a really short amount of time, it's similar to breaking up a big task into smaller, more achievable tasks, but that 5 minutes seems a lot more achievable, and then you just start the 5 minutes, and 9 times out of 10 at the end of that 5 minutes you're going to keep on working and you're going to finish the task, or at least get like really far through the task, because starting is the hardest part, and once you start and you get over the hardest part, then it's much easier and you're in the flow of things and you're in the zone, and then you're just going to be like smashing out that task. But even if it doesn't work and you get to the end of the 5 minutes and you still want to stop, at least you've got 5 minutes of work done. Alright, so those are all the tips I have for today. Sorry about the strange filming setup. We're currently in my family, 4 people are living in a 2-bedroom apartment, and we're about to move house and stuff is just everywhere, so I'm having to film in slightly weird locations. But things will go back to normal very soon. We are hopefully, fingers crossed, moving next week if global situations do not change dramatically in the next week. So hopefully the move goes ahead, but yeah, we're kind of in a very interesting situation at the moment. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below what was your favorite tip, or if you have any other tips or any video suggestions, or just comment down below telling me how your day is going. Yeah, okay. I'm literally about to, you could have just waited till I had one more thing to say. No, oh no, there's 2 going past. People know that I'm filming a video and then they just drive past on purpose to annoy me. It's really quite rude. No, I'm not. Okay. And the last thing I was going to say is, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out and it makes me happy. And another car's coming past. Alright, I'm gonna go. Bye. Ow, I was crouching down for so long. Ow, 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 ow. I also filmed a workout video, an at-home workout video yesterday, and now my legs are so sore. I literally, ow. That was really painful filming that video. I don't know why I did it there. You know what else I should film soon? Is like a day in my life vlog. Let me know down below if you want a day in my life vlog, because I really enjoy filming those videos and I like never film them. So yeah, I'll film one soon. Alright, bye.